to my channel. My name is Carla. I'm here in Australia, in Melbourne, and it's a gorgeous autumn day. So we're just having still lovely weather, but it is heading to cooler days ahead. And so I just realized that I haven't posted a podcast for almost a year, guys. So I thought it's about time that I do a little video and show you what I've been up to and share all my crochet and knitting projects that I've been doing for the last year. So if you want to check out what I've done so far as well, you can always look at my Yarn Tales by Carla Instagram account and you can see all the stuff that I've been up to. So because I have so many finished projects to show you, I thought that today's little video will be all about all the crafty things that I've been up to in the past year. And there has been quite a lot actually, guys. I've got a pile of things to show you. So why don't we just get started? So I thought I'd begin. Get yourself a little cup of tea. I've got it's a little bit of a warm day, so I've got some sparkling water with me. So I wanted to start with some summer projects. So some of you guys are going into summer and we're just finishing our warm day. So I thought it'd be nice to start with some summer makes. So I'm actually wearing one right now. It is the Brightest Tee, which is designed by Lily Kate Makes. And if you've seen my previous podcast, you will know that I do a lot of her designs. I make a lot of her designs and I also pattern test for her. And I also use lovely hand-dyed yarns, usually locally made. And I do love supporting Australian indie dyers. This one is by BK Yarns. It's a cotton yarn that is dyed by someone here in Australia, in Brisbane, I believe. I have to double check that. So BK Yarns, beautiful hand-dyed yarn. And this design features a beautiful cut sleeve. It is a 4-ply project, fingering weight, and it's got some lovely eyelet features right on the sides, which is very, very cute. It is called the Brightest Tee, as I said, and I decided to use the brightest yarn that I had, which has turned out really lovely. It's such a really versatile and classic design that I intend to make it in classic black. So every time I make something, which is really amazing, I like to make it in a separate color, but I never get around to it because there's something else to make. So this is a gorgeous design if you're heading into the warmer months. Another Lily Kate made designs is the one that I love, Crop Top. Now this was actually a pattern test, so I'm one of her pattern testers and I've been lucky enough to test lots of her designs. This one is perfect for summer. It's super cute and it's made in such a way that it incorporates lots of short rows, so it does emphasize and fits really well your shape, especially the bust area. So it's got cute little buttons at the back. It is worked seamlessly and it is just so cute. You finish it off with a crochet border, which is really amazing. I do love combining crochet and knitting to make a beautiful little feminine crop top, and you can play around with different color combinations and gorgeous buttons as well. So this is really lovely, quite easy to make and very quick make, and it's all in garter stitch. So that was lovely. The other summer make that I want to show you was really fun and it's also very quick. It is crochet and it is designed by Hands of Zeal. Now this was actually, her patterns available, has a YouTube video tutorial, so if you want to give it a go, check out her channel. It's Hands of Seals, and it is so cute. So it is made with 8 granny squares and it is just a fun make. I used organic cotton in this gorgeous teal color and it's fun, and it's very boho chic. So if you want to make it, check out her channel, and of course you can add some tassels at the end, and it's so cute. I've already worn this a couple of times. Okay guys, so as you also know, I love making socks. I usually have a pair on the go. I actually have a couple right now. But what I wanted to show you was a pattern test. Now this was such fun colors. It's a very cute design featuring these gorgeous rustling reed type of pattern. So that's what the pattern is called, a rustling reed sock patterns by Lisa from 11T1 Windmill. So I was lucky enough to be chosen to test, and I chose again a hand-dyed yarn by a local dyer here. She's in Perth, I believe, in Australia. It is Rainbows and Sprinkles, who design gorgeous who make gorgeous hand-dyed self-striping yarn, which is like here is very difficult to do. But look at the effect. I always think it's like a lollipop candy colors, almost like a lifesaver, if you know that candy I'm talking about here in Australia. Isn't it gorgeous? So this was a really fun make, and I love the colors I picked. As you know, I would always pick the brightest colors possible. So these are the summer ones, some makes that I've done so far. Shall we move on to winter? So we are heading into winter, and you can tell by the cooler mornings and definitely colder afternoons and evenings. So let's start with a really lovely coat, guys. This is my very first coat that I made. Of course, as you guessed, it is a Lily Kate Make Designs. It was a pattern test that I actually made in the middle of summer, so I haven't been able to actually show it off because it's been so warm. It is called the Cold Hearted Coat. It's made with super chunky weight yarn. I used Oz yarn chunky yarn. It is a premium acrylic. Of course, you can make it in wool. Lily suggested to do it in We Are Knitters chunky wool, or you can also use I believe Wool and the Gang have a similar version. So can I try it on? It is so cute. Okay, let me show you. It is so nice. Now, even though it's a chunky wet yarn, it has some lovely beautiful features, including this cable effect, which is actually created by slip stitching some of but slip stitches actually. So it incorporates a gorgeous collar, and look at the back, if I can turn around. It is amazing. It's going to be so warm, and it is the first time that I've actually made a garment with pockets. It was actually quite easy to do, guys, and I'm quite sure it's going to keep me nice and warm in the winter months. It's gorgeous, guys. So let's move on to some other sweaters. Okay, so I was also lucky enough to test Lily Kate Makes very own yarn line. So in collaboration with Fibre Space there in the UK, Lily created a worsted weight yarn, which she called Access Yarn. And when this new yarn line was about to launch, Lily approached some of her testers to also test her very own yarn line by also testing some designs she created specifically for this worsted weight yarn. So it's made with 90% merino, 10% suri alpaca. So it is dyed, of course, in batches, and this is called Caldera, and it's a gorgeous hot red. So the merino is dyed and the alpaca is left as natural. So you can see that even as you look at it, you'll have the suri alpaca still in the white. You've got this little fluffy effect. It is a worsted weight yarn, but to be quite honest, it feels so light and soft that it almost feels like a finer weight yarn. It is so luxurious. I was so lucky to test, and the very first jumper that I made using this worsted weight yarn was a Bare Stow sweater, and that was the very first line of design she launched specifically for this yarn. So I made it in the colorway Love Number. I love that name. Now it's a beautiful dusty pink. Now let me see if I can show you the design properly. It features a beautiful waist band that is actually attached to the back. So usually you can make a separate waistband and just tie it around your waist. With this one, it's incorporated in the back. So when you knit along the back, you also make allowances for a long waistband. So you don't have to fiddle around with or lose your waistband where you need it. It is lovely. It features this gorgeous flute style, but not or A-line style of a sleeve. The features are moss stitch at the borderline as well as at the neckline, which is a boat style neckline. It is really nice and classic. It's gorgeous coming into autumn. It'll definitely keep me warm in the cooler evenings. Made again with this 10 ply yarn. So that's a Bare Stow sweater. The pattern is now available on her website in Ravelry, and I believe also in Etsy. The next sweater that I tested for Lily was called the Circumference sweater, and of course this was also called for worsted weight yarn. So again, this time I purchased, this was actually a yarn support. I was lucky enough that I got sent all the way from the UK 14 skeins of this gorgeous Love Number colorway, so I was very lucky. Her next pattern test was also for a worsted weight design, so you could use her own line and she gave us a discount, or we could a discount code, or we can use any other type of worsted weight yarn. Of course, I fell in love with this yarn because it was so soft and it just felt really lovely to work with, so I decided to continue to work with this yarn. There's actually stockers all over the world of Axis yarn, including a couple of stores here in Australia. I actually ordered it from Yarn Ball up in New South Wales or Brisbane. I'll put the details on my description box. So this is it. This is called the circumference sweater, and I decided to go a little bit more neutral. Usually I choose the brightest colors, but this time I thought I might just do a white solid color, and then this gorgeous color work I will do in primary colors. And these are all part of the line of Axis. She's got some beautiful blues. Now I can't remember what blue that is, but you've got the Caldera, I think the yellow is called Helio. She's named these, all the colorways are named after some astronomical names and terminology, because she does study, I believe she studies physics and all sorts of very smart stuff. So the names are very cool. So check out the Axis yarn line. You will be amazed of all the beautiful bright colors. So this is also very gorgeous. As always, Lily makes sure that to enhance the fit, there's a lot of short rows to make sure the neckline feels really lovely. And always there's an elongated back, as you can see, so the back is always a bit longer, so just for a better feel. Always the designs takes in mind that it will takes into consideration how it will fit in your body, which is why I love her designs. The last design that I've done for Lily lately is my very latest. It's not actually out yet. Pattern comes out either today or tomorrow, I believe. It is called the Love Number sweater, and it is gorgeous. It's probably one of my favorite designs by her. It features a lovely turtleneck, and I love turtleneck. It is made with twisted ribbing and features some pearl garter stitch edging, which just emphasizes that beautiful twisted ribbing. Of course, her feature balloon sleeves. Look at the sleeves, they are gorgeous. Again, it features this beautiful textured design, a stitch pattern that it looks very complicated, but it's actually quite simple. Pattern will be out very soon, guys. I recommend it. If you're going into the winter months, put it on your bucket list, because you're going to want to make it. It fits so lovely. There's two, she's made two versions. One that is more fitted towards your waist and one that's looser. I've chose the more fitted version, and I'll put some pictures of me wearing it so you can see how good it looks. Okay guys, so that's all the sweaters that I made in summer. That makes no sense, but I do love making. I never stop knitting or crocheting, no matter the weather. I tend to stick to summer makes if it's summer, winter makes if it's winter. But if I'm pattern testing, I really don't mind what season the garment is for. The last thing I want to leave you with is my beautiful shawl that I made and that I did with a knit along. So West Knits always does a knit along, a mystery shawl knit along around the November period, and this year it was called Shawlography. And the idea behind this knit along is that you get clues every week for a period of 5 weeks, I believe, and you really don't know what you're making. You get little pictures of that section, and then you just don't know what it will become, and it is lots of fun. I do like it. Some people might not find that fun. They might be finding it a little bit stressful, needing something they don't know what it's going to look like in the end. But I thought the actual final garment or shawl was spectacular. Look at this, guys. Isn't that such an amazing shawl? I'm going to put it around myself because I think it's just amazing. All right, guys, I'm going to make some room. So it's beautiful and long. It's probably not one of the biggest shawls that he designs, but the way he incorporates lots of features and techniques, you learn a lot, and the final effect is so beautiful. It's amazing. I just don't know how he comes up with it. There are things that I've never ever tried before in this shawl, knit wise, that I've learned. So for instance, the bobble stitch. I've only done crochet bobble stitch, but this one has knitted bobble stitches, which is lots of fun. There's some brioche sections. Where's the brioche section? Oh, here to say the brioche section. Some drop stitches. It is just amazing. And then this little cute little fold over feature right here. you learn a lot, and the end result is stunning. I have had lots of compliments with this shawl. So the yarn that I use is by Cats and Scat Sparrows, and lots of yarn dyers will come out with their knit along kit you can buy specifically for West Knits, and she particularly had this for sale during the knit along. Of course, they had different color combinations. You needed up to 5 colors because there was a lot of play with color with this knit along, and the colors that Cat and Sparrows had chosen for this kit just came alive, and I knew I had to choose them, and the end result is really beautiful. So of course, patterns out now. I believe it where you can buy it through West's Ravelry on website. There will be another knit along this year, and for sure I will be part of it. I'm looking forward to it actually, and picking a new kit as well. It's also lots of fun. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave you there. I think I've done everything. Now I'm trying to think. Did I mention? Oh, I don't think I mentioned one summer project that I forgot. I usually make a lot of things for myself, but I do also do some things for other people. The one crochet pattern test that I did was for my little daughter Violet. Now I did this I was a pattern test for Rose from Rose Chicks Handmade. I buy a lot of her yarn. She does do hand dyeing, and this is the yarn that she actually dyed, and it's also her design. It's called the Wattle Seed car top. I want to say all details will be down below, but I've chose it is made in DK weight. I love the color combination, so I had this in my stash, and I did tell my daughter to pick whatever she liked from my stash, and of course she picked the most beautiful yarn that I had, and I had reserved for another sweater, but that's okay. But it just came out beautiful. Look at that neckline. It is so lovely, and you can wear it it's thick enough to wear in autumn, and days like this where it's a little bit cool in the morning, but it does warm up. It is really, really cute. Again, it's available on Ravelry. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with is another little project. I've got lots of whips happening, but I didn't want to bombard you with things because it's been a while since we've caught up. So the last thing I leave you with is a blanket. I love making or gifting blankets for babies. So I've got a new nephew, and I thought they live in Queensland, which is warm, so they're probably joining a really thick baby blanket. I thought of doing like a 10 ply, a cotton a worsted weight yarn cotton blanket will be fine for the pram. So it's a pram little blanket, and of course look at the colors I picked. He's a little boy, so I picked bright blue colors, a little pop of yellow and red. I'm going to repeat this sequence. So this is a chevron stitch by using obviously knitting needles. Of course I've done crochet chevron stitch, but I've never done knitting, and it actually is quite easy to learn. It's a little pattern that I got. I think it's a free pattern. I'll put the link at the bottom. I think it's by Scott Picot. Okay, I better not get that all wrong. I'll write it down in my description, but it will be really cute and be perfect for the cot, or for the pram, sorry. So I will repeat the color sequence twice more, and it will be a nice little length. Okay guys, whew, that was a lot. I hope you enjoyed looking at all my creations. Again, if you want to take a peek of other things I've been up to, check out my Instagram account, but if not, I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye.